Hi, it's Sarah here from Tribal Impact with another tribal sketch. This time I'm going to be talking about sales and marketing alignment because more often than not these days we're getting quite engaged in conversations around how marketing can support sales with social selling. And it's becoming quite apparent that things are changing massively. When I started marketing several years ago, it was all about marketing filling the funnel. There was no doubt about it. We had one job and one job only, and that was to get leads in the top of the funnel. And then it was sales job around about at the bottom here, sort of here, where you'd have marketing qualified lead and sales qualified lead. It was at this point that, in all honesty, we had a lot of arguments because sales would say, well, the quality is not very good. And marketing would say, well, you're not following up fast enough, so the quality, of course, is not very good. And it would go backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. But what we're seeing as we engage more and more with customers around social selling is that they can't do it without marketing. And something has changed. Something massively has changed with this funnel in the fact that marketing now are moving much further down the funnel, nurturing with content almost to the point of conversion, and sales are having to nurture much further up the funnel. And when we talk about a lot about social selling, this is about getting in front, it's getting in the hearts and minds of buyers before they even have a buying need. And you could be digitally nurturing a buyer for 18 months, 2-3 years, but when they're ready, and that's the important bit, when they're ready, they will call you. And this is what marketing is trying to achieve with inbound and content. So what I'm going to show you here is a bit of an example of why this might be the case, or why it is the case, and what we see happening when it comes to content. Just clear it up a little bit. So here's the first thing that happens. So I'm going to give you a cycle all the way down the funnel. Sales have conversations with customers and they get some amazing insights, questions, understanding, asking questions about what they want to learn about and what's happening. These should feed into content. And blog content that's very high up in the funnel, awareness stage, thought leadership, your experts should be creating that content which answers the questions that sales are having with customers. And then that is put into the hands of sales because then what they do is share it with their networks. And this is a big part of social selling, staying front of mind with your networks when you're not sat in front of them. And then what that does is it drives traffic back to the website. I'm trying to draw here with a stylus, but those insights and the intelligence that we get, like, did you know, sales, this IP address has been on our website? And you'll say, oh no, I did not know that. They're actually on my list, but we have no engagement with them at the moment. So this is where sales is saying, right, well, this is my prospect behavior. They're doing something. They found us through the content that we're sharing. And then marketing will say, well, actually, we've created an ebook. And these people have actually now gone and downloaded that ebook and we know who they are. Well, that's very interesting because I thought they were interested in ABC, but clearly they're not. They're downloading content about XYZ. All right, so we've got interest alignment. And then that goes back, right? So we nurture, we see what happens. This is a lot around social selling, early stage, nurturing networks. And then what we can say is marketing can put a lead score on. We can say, that IP address, that person at that customer that downloaded this piece of content, well, they must be really interested because they've been on product pages, they've signed up to our newsletter, these are all triggers, and guess what? They've got a lead score of 70. Something's going on. Thank you very much. And this is where second stage social selling kicks in. This is when they get on, they save them as a lead because we know who they are. Then they identify the buying circle. They save them as leads. They start researching, profiling, learning about who these people are. Something is going on, and this is where the social selling process really kicks in. And then marketing says, well, actually, we're holding an event around that topic. Would you be interested in going or getting one of your customers to go? Yeah, actually, I'm going to use my emails and I'm going to start reaching out. This is a trigger. I can invite these people now to this event. And then what we do is we get event feedback and we learn what they want to learn more about, whether they were interested, whether it sounded good to them. And then we can say, right, well, that's great. I'm going to send a point drive with all the presentations from that event to these people. And not only are they going to access it, but they may forward it on to relevant audiences within the company. And because it's a LinkedIn product, you can track all the other people that have looked at that. And then we go back and we say, well, actually, we've got some case studies that are aligning to this. These people are starting to look at them now because we know who they are. They downloaded the ebook here. And now we know that we can track what they're doing on the website. That insight goes in, right, it's time to get a referral into that account, whether it's TeamLink, whether it's someone through my network, but now is the time to set up a meeting. So I'm hoping that you can see now how, it's not about marketing filling the top and sales finishing it off. Now the two have to work together and they both have to nurture the funnel. It's backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards. It's the insights and the intelligence that marketing can give, the content that they can give, together with the processes, the techniques and tactics that we teach around social selling. And if you blend those two together, this is how you center the journey, not around the funnel, but around your buyer. And this is ultimately what social selling and inbound marketing is all about. It's about centering around the buyer journey, and this brings it together. So I hope that was useful, and I hope that sort of explained how sales should align with marketing and marketing should align with sales around content. And yeah, I hope that was useful.